I'm NichBoy, welcome to Park Up for Thursday, the 23rd of June. Today on the show, bands, streamer parties, and zombies, oh no. Also, happy birthday to Shuyin1111. You've always been my favorite. Alrighty, here's what's been making headlines. And first up, the Australian Classification Board has swung its dusty old banhammer again. A game called May Q, Labyrinth of Death, has been refused classification because it deals with, quote, matters of sex, drug misuse or addiction, crime, cruelty, violence, or revolting or abhorrent phenomena in such a way that they offend against the standards of morality, decency, and propriety generally accepted by reasonable adults. I mean, they make it sound like the devil incarnate, and on those grounds alone, the game should be refused classification, but boards around the world seem to have a slightly different view. The game is rated in Japan for people aged 12 and above, and in the US, the ESRB gave it a rating of T14, which allows people 13 and above to buy and play it. Since the Australian Classification Board introduced the R18 Plus rating in 2013, the board has done a pretty stellar job, and there have been surprisingly few casualties of the system. State of Decay and South Park: The Stick of Truth took a rap to the knuckles, but there hasn't been an actual ban since last year's Hotline Miami 2, a game which was universally rated for mature audiences. In a universe where the ACB doesn't exist, that is. From what we've seen and know about MayQ and how it's been received as relatively tame by other classifiers, this does seem like a strange outcome. It is concerning. I don't think it's so much that Australians are desperate to play what looks to be another crappy exploitative dating sim mech battle RPG, of which there are simply too few. It's concerning because of the inconsistency of the game's classification globally and whether more anomalies like this could pop up in the future. Criterion have scrapped their latest Vehicles Running Into Things game. Sad, they do vehicles running into things so well. Back in 2014, the Burnout developer announced that they were making a new racer, which was being developed under the title Beyond Cars. It was to feature jet skis running into things, quad bikes running into things, wingsuits running into things, parachutes running into things, dune buggies running into things, speedboats running into things, helicopters running into things, planes running into things, and a whole bunch of other things running into other things. It appears as though the development of the standalone Star Wars Battlefront X-Wing VR mission has got in the way, which is bittersweet because at least we'll get to see X-Wings running into things. And speaking of VR, those developers are getting too big for the damn boots, and now they're holding their own conference. The Virtual Reality Developers Conference will be held in San Francisco from the 2nd to the 3rd of November. The VRDC was actually an ancillary part of this year's GDC, but this new conference will be a standalone event designed to exclusively lure in VR professionals from across the globe to share knowledge and help the growing industry blossom. An advisory board has been established with reps from Valve, Oculus, and Google, along with key developers who will help refine the conference's program. And finally, Star Wars Battlefront may be getting an offline instant action mode. A Reddit user called Uninspired Zebra found a bunch of hidden menus which allow players to hop into Walker Assault and Fighter Squadron mode solo and offline. Zebra's video is convincing, but EA are yet to announce these modes, so take this news with a healthy grain of 21st century internet skepticism. However, it is one of the community's most requested features, so it would be a welcome addition. And while you're at it, the community also wanted a story. And now it's time for Thing of the Day. Thing of the Day. Ever been to a party where everyone wants to be the center of attention? That, but a TF2 server full of streamers. Happy 2016, everybody.
Guys, can we please shut up? This is my gameplay commentary.
No, this is my commentary. I need to live off of these revenue, which is I only make $2 a month from these videos.
Thing of the Day. All right, now it's talk through time, and I'm joined by Goose to discuss our talk through topic. Hi there. Welcome back.
Thank you.
This got quite illustrious.
Yeah, I'm growing it out. It's my winter beard.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Was not expecting that.
Yeah. Today talk through comes in from Aaron Purton, who says, seeing as a lot of post-apocalyptic games mostly featuring zombies, have been announced, and this has been a staple of the video game industry for a good while now. Where do you see this going? Will they mostly be The Last of Us wannabes, or should we be pressing for more creative ways to explore the genre? Now, a lot of well, not a lot, but like quite a few of these games were announced at E3. We got Days Gone, Dead Rising, State of Decay 2, Walking Dead Season 3, which we knew, but that's coming as well. I'm a bit over the zombies, but you were happy to see all of these games.
Totally. I'll never get tired of zombie games.
Really?
I feel like the genre is like the creatures themselves. They're never going to die. They're going to be here forever. You can keep, blowing their heads off or crushing them with baseball bats. They're just going to keep getting up and keep finding their way to the store shelves.
And what is it about zombies? And by the way, let it not be gone unnoticed that was an excellent analogy.
Thank you.
What is it about zombie games and zombies in general that you like so much?
I mean, personally, I find that they just work for an enemy in a game that I enjoy having as the opposition. And I think there's been a lot of writings about why zombies work, why players and people who, enjoy the genre like zombies as an enemy because they can project onto them. They're sort of endless hordes.
I guess there's also, you can kill a bunch of them and not necessarily feel guilty about
There's
it.
that too. It can be really deep and serious, like The Last of Us, and it can be ridiculous and over the top, like Dead Rising. So there's the whole gamut of zombie games. There was almost such an influx in zombie games that they almost went away.
Yeah, we were so close, guys. What happened?
And then, even I was surprised at those announcements at E3. State of Decay, that first game had huge potential, but it was a little undercooked. It was kind of like a multiplayer game that had no multiplayer. So I think it's nice that that's coming back and they're going to rectify a few of the problems there. Dead Rising is a genre that they're just going to keep going with. I think it's just going to get sillier and sillier.
I think because they haven't got it right yet.
That's
right?
true.
Like I have not played a single Dead Rising game where I feel like it's fulfilled the expectation of that game, which is kill a bunch of zombies in a huge variety of ways and constantly have fun with it, because it's always peppered in with timed missions or escort missions.
Really bad dialogue and story.
Yeah, horrible
like
story.
Like very Capcom kind of story and characters. The first one, I think, was the perfect. You're in a mall. It was, Dawn of the Dead kind of style. And I think they're going to go back to that with Frank West in this one. And then you've got your serious zombie games like The Walking Dead. That's kind of your refined, highbrow zombie game where you've got serious choices and the zombies aren't as important as the characters. So there's a whole buffet of zombie games out there, and I'm just happy to chow down on it.
But I feel like we have told all of the stories about that scenario. And you look at The Last of Us, you look at The Walking Dead, you look at so many kinds of storytelling with zombies, and that you go, okay, I get it. This is a horrible world. At some point, you're going to see someone that you know. At some point, there's going to be hard choices about killing people that have been bitten. The same sort of tropes play out every time. And that I think that every time you see it, it feels as though these people they think they're telling the story for the first time. And so when you see every beat of a story about zombies played out, then I go, oh, there's nothing there special for me anymore.
See, I would disagree because I know those beats are coming, but every time I experience them, no matter which game it is, I still find them thrilling. I still know when someone gets bitten in The Last of Us and they're sort of covering it up and, oh no, they're going to turn eventually. It's still riveting every time.
Yeah.
I think on the other end as well, away from the story kind of driven games, you've got those open world games, you've got DayZ, State of Decay. You've got this kind of never-ending apocalypse there's no way to overcome it. And that's the best thing about an open world game. It's just perpetually going to be challenging for you.
Yeah.
And zombies lead themselves so well to that because they're unstoppable.
But yes, I totally understand it. But they're also completely stoppable because the decisions everyone makes in every zombie game are so awful. And the same with movies and TV, where it's like, there is no reason you should, John, throw up a picture of the current cast of The Walking Dead. I don't care which picture it is, any picture. I guarantee what we're looking at right now is people in singlets and sort of like thin jeans, walking out there with just a baseball bat with a nail through it and a gun.
Looking
and you
green.
go, cover your bits with roll-up magazines and tape them around, armor. Stay in the prison. Just stay in the prison. It's fine in the prison.
It will never work though. That's the point of a zombie apocalypse. It doesn't matter where you stay. It doesn't matter how well you try to defend yourself. It's an ever-encroaching horde of zombies. It's going to overwhelm you eventually, and the threat is always there, which is why it's so much fun.
Just magazines around your arms, you'll be fine.
Sure.
What I would love to see from zombie games is them do a twist on it. And I think of a movie, there's this great movie called Warm Bodies.
Oh, okay.
Have you seen this?
Yeah,
Where
yeah.
the main character is a zombie, and it's about him trying to not be a zombie anymore. And that you go, if you could put interesting ideas in games like that, where you go, okay, let's twist this thing that you think you know, then that's when I would go, oh, you found a new way to tell the story rather than just the, they will overwhelm you.
I disagree. I like the traditional story. I don't want anything different. Give me more zombie games like that.
This will be a fight that never ends. All right, thank you very much for the talk through. Let us know what you guys think about zombie games. Too many? Not enough? Pick a side. And while you're on the internet, check out Good Game on Facebook, YouTube, and iView. Want to meet fellow Pocketeers? Then join the Pocketeers Facebook group and Steam group. You can follow Good Game on Twitter at Good Game TV, follow Pocket at NichBoy, at Pierreth, at GG, at Monkey, and at SamKey. He's at Goose Mangus, and there are links to everything I just said in the description below. Make sure you tweet him and tell him your opinions about zombies. He loves when you tweet him with opinions. Today's Thing of the Day was made by Marcus Garvey. Thank you very much, Marcus. If you've made a thing, please send one in. Tomorrow is going to be Ask Pocket, so while you're sending things in, send in asks for the Pocket. Don't make them about zombies. Send all those zombie opinions to this guy. All right, until tomorrow, NichBoy out.
Goose out. What?
Because it's so dense.
It is dense. There's like American food left in there as well. It's like an In-N-Out burger in there somewhere, I think. You can have that.